What's my fantastic squad? This boy Sad Tech 1. Yeah, I see that title, man. Got my Niners hoodie on, man. I be just tossing this on over my other shit, just reacting, bro. Cause I like this hoodie, the half sleeve and shit, you know what I'm saying? But let me know if y'all mess with these type of reactions where I react to like topics of the week, you know what I'm saying? Like I mess with Speak more than First Take. I just in my last video that I just reacted about the Bill Belichick situation. But I like Speak better than all the other First Take, Speak Free, I don't know, bro. Where Nick Wright and them boys, Undisputed for sure. That shit look awkward as hell. I mess with First Take though. They got Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp and sometimes Pat McAfee. I mess with that crew too, but mainly I watch these crew. But let me know if y'all mess with my topics, my opinions on these type of topics. Cause hey, what is at stake in Week 5's Cowboys vs. Niners? It's obvious, clearly playoff implications. Cause if Cowboys lose, y'all 2 games behind the Niners for first seed, second seed. But most important, you're gonna be a game behind the Eagles, and I see y'all splitting that game. And if y'all lose to the Niners and the Eagles beat the Niners later on, like week 11, week 12, which they not, but let's say they do, now you're in the 5th seed. You're going to roll 3 straight games type shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to get to the Super Bowl. But if you win today, you tie. You probably got the tiebreaker over the Niners. You keep it close with the Eagles. You gotta split that. It just playoff implication. You know what I'm saying? So if Niners win, hey Niners, we gotta win this, man. Because most likely they're gonna play each other again in the playoffs. And if a team beats you 3 straight times, you know you cannot beat that team, bro. You know you like. After one time you lose, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get my revenge. Losing twice, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my revenge. But losing 3 straight times, bro, you wish someone else knocks them out. You know what I'm saying? You do not want to see a team again.
Cowboys better take the Niners seriously, America.
They just got your number, bro.
The game we're gonna see on Sunday. It might be the biggest game.
I remember that as a Niner fan going against Seahawks every with Legion and Boom, bro. Of course, I was confident in my Niners team, but they would always handle business against us, bro. Like, they was that team.
The season in the NFC, Cowboys, Niners, it's the
I don't care how good the Niners was, Seahawks were
at stake.
Those years, Legion and Boom was nice.
Like that trilogy, I do like that, right? I love Rocky. He had a lot of those. I'm going with respect. Respect's on the line. I think matchups on the line.
Matchup is not just another game. Facts. I like it when they acknowledge it, bro. Because sometimes people are just another game. It's clearly not another game, brother.
I think the power is on the line. Yeah. I mean, when we look at both of these teams, there's so many different matchups. I love matchups. That's one thing that Andy Reid's taught me. We always want to expose the different matchups.
Yes, sir.
And you look at this game with the Niners and the Cowboys, let's talk about it for a second. Right? I mean, 2 good coaches, right? You talk on both sides, 2 head coaches.
Yes, sir.
Quarterbacks. Brock Purdy or is it Dak Prescott? Defense player of the year. Is it Micah Parsons or is it Bosa? Where we going with this? So it's so many different layers that we can talk about. The Cowboys offensive line compared to the Niners offensive line. Yep. So many different layers. I love this game. I do think that the better quarterback will win the game. And he's not in Dallas. He's in San Francisco.
Yes, sir.
Right? And you look at the wide receiver.
Yes, sir. And Shady's an Eagle fan, but I guess
right? CeeDee Lamb, who was an all-pro last year, is hard to do.
With Shady.
And then you talk about...
Because you know he's going to be biased towards the Eagles, but hey, he's been hyping up the Niners this year a lot.
Deebo Samuel, right? Or is it Brandon Ayuk?
Yes,
there's so many different... Brandon Cooks. There's so many matchups. I can't wait. Because I know this. Whatever team wins this game... They're in second place. They're not number 1.
I do it, bro. Like,
my biggest takeaway.
Bro, I don't buy that shit.
Championship game.
Through 5, let me grab the baton from you.
You
Incredibly said, and actually you got me even more geeked for this game because I wasn't thinking about it like you just mentioned it. Matchups. Who has a better receiving core? Who has a better running back room? I know Tony Pollard in there. Like, wait a second now. I've been balling.
I forgot about him.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he's not
Let's be real. There's levels. CMC's levels above everybody.
Who has a better coach? Who has the better coaching staff? Dan Quinn's like, hey, I'm a great DC. Steve Wilkes like, look at how my defense looking.
I didn't even think about that.
But I actually think, what is at stake? Who's the best team in the
Steve Wilkes, you better step your shit up, man. You've been playing hella conservative on the like they've been. I'm gonna need you tossing a D'Amico Ryans type of game, bro. I want D'Amico Ryans back, man.
Let's see.
I need a D'Amico Ryans type of defensive
disrespect the Philadelphia Eagles,
game.
But if the 49ers win this ball game and they are undefeated, and you look at who they have beat, you have to say, look, the 49ers at this junction in time would be the best team in the NFC.
No doubt.
If you're the Dallas Cowboys and you're like, wait a second, we set records against the Giants. We set records against the Patriots. We beat the 49ers, the second best team currently in the NFC, because the Eagles are obviously the best team in the NFC at this junction in time. The Cowboys will say that loss to the Cardinals was a blemish. We're 4-1 with the win over the second best team in the NFC, maybe the second best team in the NFL. What is at stake for me? Who's the best team in the NFC? No fault of the Eagles own. They haven't been able to play a team like the Niners, and they will, I believe, in November, if I am not mistaken, week 13. But Joy, to me, that is what is at stake. What's at stake for you?
By the way, Fred Warner going to get a mention.
Fred Warner going to slide. He going to slide under the radar up in there. Hey, he said it nice and smooth, too.
We're talking about the Colts. Remember Fred Warner plays for the Niners. He's going to get in this show somehow. This is going to be really... I can't wait for this game.
Yes,
Ooh, I can't wait for this game. I can't wait for this game.
I'm a Niner, bro. Wednesday, bro. That Sunday about to be the slowest Sunday of all time, bro. I'm gonna wake up at 10, watch the game. I'm gonna be like, damn, bro, hurry up, 5 o'clock. Cause this game is like a goddamn playoff game, man. So that Sunday gonna be slow as hell.
What happens after this game? We're gonna have a lot to talk about.
All of it.
I really think there's a lot of pressure on both sides of the ball, though, because the Cowboys obviously feel like this their year. They do every year, but this their year again. They feel good. They feel like Arizona was a fluke. That they're really their true selves is all the other dominance that they've had so far throughout the season. And the Niners are kind of quietly undefeated. We haven't really talked about the Niners very much, unless outside of the Fred Warner mention that we get every day. We really haven't talked about them. We've talked about the Eagles, and are they struggling? They're 4-0, but do they look as good as they can look? And there's the Niners too, undefeated, but we really haven't put a lot of shine on them. They're going to get it on Sunday night if they beat the Cowboys, and maybe the Niners prefer to be a little bit in the shadows. Maybe that's where they prefer to be. But it's going to come out if you beat the Cowboys, because the Cowboys are preparing to be loud if they beat the Niners. There's so much at stake here. There's rankings. There's some people will feel they're in the command of the NFC. I'm with Shady. I still think you have to take down the big dog in Philadelphia, and until you do that, you're fighting for second. But that's still nice. Second is still nice.
Second ain't bad.
Second ain't bad. Second means you'll be in the NFC Championship game with an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. But this is really going to be. This is the biggest matchup that we've seen in the NFC so far this year. And it's really going to turn the tide on the conversation around both these teams, whatever way it goes.
Ooh, that's a good way to say it.
Hey, this game by the Niners versus the Cowboys, the Niners versus the Eagles is going to be for first seed, bro. If Niners win both those games, they're going to be number one seed no matter what. If they're split, it's going to be closer. They got to win at least one. You cannot go 0-2 against Cowboys and the Eagles. You gotta win one, if not both. If you win both, you get in the first seed. Bye, everyone's running through you. If you lose one of them, a little sketch. But I feel like Eagles and the Cowboys gonna take care of each other. They're gonna split, so you got a little leeway right there. But you cannot go 0-2 against Cowboys and Eagles. Then you're gonna be possibly. You're not gonna be on the road because Seattle's gonna probably lose to both those teams too. But you're gonna have to play one of them at their house.
This is good. This is good. And the show gonna be good on Monday too, after this one too, right here on Sunday. But for me, what's at stake is, number one, redemption for Dak, right? And the reason why I say that is, I used to get beat up by the 49ers too, right? The Niners kicked me and the Packers out of the playoffs twice.
That's why he loves you not a Niner fan. You always be
beat us in the regular season. I appreciate you, Shady. They beat us in the regular season a couple times, right? They just had our number. And every time we stepped on the field, it's like, we got to get these dudes back, man. We got to get some redemption on these dudes, right? But what snuck in was the mindset, right?
That's the mental. I'm saying. You cannot lose to the same team 3 straight times and think you're going to beat them in the playoffs at 4th. So if they lose this game, you could already mark they're going to lose in the playoffs against the Niners if they ever play again. But if they win this set, they're going to have a little bit of confidence. It's going to be a closer game. If they lose again, it's going to be a blowout in the playoffs. Mark it right now. There's going to be a blowout in the playoffs to lose to the Niners again.
Ugly, we like,
because they're going to be thinking.
They're going to get us again.
Yeah, they're going to get us again.
They've kicked you out of the playoffs the last 2 years, right? It's going to sneak up mentally if they beat you again 3 times. And you got to see them in the playoffs. It's, can we get over the hump with this football team? So as for a mindset for the Dallas Cowboys, this the one. This the one that was circled for Coach Mike. This the one that was circled for Dak Prescott. This the one that was circled for Michael Parsons. They ended our season the last 2 years.
Yes, sir.
Not just last year. I know we go last year because Dak threw that pick. But the last 2 years, they have sent us home. Season over. Get ready for training camp. Get ready for IPW. So for me, this game right here is redemption for Dak, but it's a mindset and mental for the whole team. Can we beat the 49ers? Can we get over the hump for the 49ers? Because when this game does happen, eventually they possibly going to have to see them again in the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
So mentally, can you get this thing done? And it sneaks up.
See, the thing is, like, let's just get to the bottom line here.
Go ahead.
Let's get to the nitty-gritty of this thing. See, it's going to come down to Brock Purdy, but it's going to come down to Dak Prescott. And this is the thing about this game is it's going to be some good defense.
Hey, Brock Purdy about to put on the show. I promise you. Brock Purdy about to show the league, put a statement on the league.
Right? Hopefully it won't be turnovers. We can't promise that on the white and blue side. That's what he does. But this is the thing, though. I'm being serious here. It's going to come down to Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott.
Yes,
it's because of Dak Prescott's been playing so bad against the Niners. Now, think about this. Last year in the playoffs, they went up to Tampa Bay. Whooped on them boys. He was so confident. Bang, 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 bang. But then when you look at that Niners defense, it's like it was a whole other game. It's them again.
I'm just hoping Steve Wilkes is on D'Amico Ryan's level, bro. Because D'Amico Ryan is a stud, man.
And that's going to play again this game.
You can tell on the Houston Texans.
If things happen good for Dak Prescott and it's positive early in the game, I think you'll have a good game.
Yeah, you got to hit him early.
And the defense is playing
Steve Wilkes, you got to be aggressive early. Get him off the
this
game.
field goal type of game. That's when you'll see the real Dak Prescott. He starts to press.
Yeah.
When he starts to press, he starts to give turnovers. And when he does that, when he starts throwing that ball over, they lose games. We've seen it all last year. We've seen it. And we've seen it one game this year. I think we'll see it again.
And that's why Mike is going to be huge in this game. Because I know you don't like the way the Cowboys been looking, but Mike been saying, the way I'm calling the game, you ain't going to be able to press, homeboy. You're going to have to take care of this football.
Ain't that crazy?
And you might not like it, and you might call it, you might call it a manager game quarterback, but Coach Mike like, listen, I'm calling the plays. Let our defense take the field, because out of these 3 out of 4 games, our defense has let us know that we are like that. So, Dak, ain't no need to press, bro. Play your game. Take care of the rock.
Let me speak to the mentality that James Jones was talking about.
Trying to
because
tell
for
you.
me, I think what is most at stake that nobody's talking enough about is who has the psychological advantage.
Okay.
Shady, I'm going to take you back for a moment to 2014. 2014, we're playing with the Eagles. We started 9-3.
Yeah.
We were good on paper. 9-3, you Gucci. You going to the playoffs. Got a few games left.
I like when players do inside the shit like this, bro. They give us the insight of how players really think. Because he just said he's 9-3 and he didn't think they're a good team, bro. Bro, on the outside fans going 9-3 thinking we're a great ass team. But players on the team thinking they're not really that good. That's crazy.
Just win them. But I knew in my heart of hearts we weren't that good in reality.
That's crazy.
We were 9-3. So on paper I knew we was Gucci. But I knew, Joy, I'm like, we really not that good. Because I know who we've beaten and I know who we haven't beaten. And there was a legion of boom at the time that I knew was real nice.
Yeah, they got at us too.
We ended up playing the Dallas Cowboys. We lost to them after beating them in Dallas on Thanksgiving Day. But then we had to play the Legion of Boom. It was a must-win game. Gotta have it. Before the game, I'm doing my little warm-ups walking around the field. Cam Chancellor's jogging with the gold cleats on. He has headphones on. He walks up to me, takes his headphones off. He says, "Hey, Acho, tell Macklin don't come across the middle." I was like, what do I do?
They deliver me.
You don't tell him, because you don't mess with his mental.
But here's my thing. Joey, I'm torn, America. I don't know what
That's
to
with
do.
his mental.
If I don't tell him, and he goes across the middle, and Cam hits him with
Nah,
that
you
bam,
cannot
bam,
tell him.
I'm at fault.
He got to
can't
go
tell
anyway.
Because Cam told me,
Yeah.
tell Macklin, don't go across the
You can't
middle,
tell him.
period. I didn't deliver the message.
Good. Good. I appreciate it.
I didn't deliver the
What
message.
you say there when he told you? What you say? Like, okay, gotcha.
I just Cam Chancellor, you know what I mean? But others kept pushing.
Yes, sir.
But what am I supposed to do? Lo and behold, we lose that game. We go 10-6. We miss the playoffs. That Eagles Seahawks game was a game because the Seahawks ended up going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Obviously, I believe that was the year they lose to the Patriots. But the Seahawks were the litmus test. Second best team in football. If we would have beat them, I would have been like, oh, we're like that. But because we didn't, I was like, yeah, we were 9-3, but I know we weren't all that.
Why ain't you hit him with tell him so-and-so don't come across the middle? Tell him who come across the middle, tell you who we not come across.
That's right.
Tell him we snapping out here too. Don't come across this middle,
Tell Percy
man.
Harvin don't come across the middle.
So I say that to say, within the Cowboys locker room, they know they beat Daniel Jones. Congrats. They know they beat Zach Wilson. Congrats. They know they beat Mac Jones. Congrats. But they haven't seen Debo. They haven't seen McCaffrey. They haven't seen Kittle. They haven't seen Ayuk. They haven't seen Trent Williams. They haven't seen Fred. They haven't seen Bosa. They haven't seen Hufanga.
Hey, y'all
They haven't seen any of them dogs.
Hey, y'all better stop putting Brock Purdy in that sentence, my boy. Y'all better stop putting Brock Purdy in that. Oh, he hasn't. Y'all disrespectful as hell, bro. I'm just saying, if Brock Purdy was a top 10, if Trey Lance was doing what Brock Purdy is doing right now, he would be in that lineup for what he just said. But since he's the last bit of the drive, like, come on, man. Y'all gonna see Brock Purdy gonna go for 245 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he's gonna drive them down up and down.
I think, Joy, this is a big psychological game of how good are we.
What's wrong with
I got one name now.
You're one namer.
We talking about Fred Warner. By the way, if someone gives you a message like that from me, feel free to let them know. I said, don't tell Joy. Well, just so you know, Joy said, don't do whatever you told her to do.
100%.
You could just run that right back.
Tell it yourself.
Should I have passed that message along?
No. As a, you don't want to get,
But
you
I
don't want to
give
get into
them
the
some
receiver
feedback.
here. You know. Hey, you tell me.
You tell me.
I'll take. But that's different.
You can run it back to them and then you let me know.
But that's
and then
different.
I'll
You
let
running
them
back.
know.
You able to see everything coming at you.
I hear you, but
You tell me.
You tell me. I hear you, but the Cowboys have seen these boys before. Like twice, and twice they said off to Cabo.
That's why. That's why.
Cabo, you go. Start planning that trip. Start planning your off-season training. Where are you gonna go? You gonna go to LA? You can stay in Dallas. Maybe go down to Fort Lauderdale. People train there too. You know, just take it anywhere around the country you want to go, but you're not going to be in the postseason anymore, so you can start your rehab. This is a mentality game, and I'm with you on Dak because really, and McCarthy as well. I think there's a lot of pressure on Mike McCarthy as well because really both of those endings to both of those playoff games were not the defense's fault. One of them really could have been blamed on Dak, and one of them could have been blamed on poor time management and the play call. So there's this game really is it's really going to set the stage for the rest of the season. We're going to call back to how things went in this game when we do power rankings, when we talk about who's positioned where, when we talk about what matchups are going to look like in the postseason. This is as close to a postseason game that you're going to get at this point in the NFL season. I can't wait for it.
Trilogies in sports.
Can't wait
They're going to see each other again. The Niners have beaten these boys the last 2 times in the playoffs. You got to get that monkey off your back, and you got to get that confidence that you could beat this team because it's going to happen in the playoffs. And Brock Purdy, they beat last year. Brock Purdy beat these boys as a true baby.
Yeah.
He grown
He balling now. He balling
I
now.
got some games on my belt. What's
He
up?
balling now.
Bring them boys on.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick.
Yes, sir.
You want to take a little bet? Because you hype on the Cowboys.
100%.
Let's
Let's go, Shady.
Bro,
Go to Niners, baby.
So what you want?
Darnell, you locked in?
Set your price or
Dinner.
Dinner. My choice?
Yeah.
Lock
Can
it
I bring
in.
the homies? Can I bring it down?
Oh, Shady on
Yeah,
Niners,
yeah,
baby.
And a day.
Homies and a day. Oh, he got good money.
So what's the
Damn,
max?
James Jones from Sound and State. He's go, bro. Come on, you gotta
So
go
what's the max
for
capacity
Niners,
we
man.
can
You
bring?
from Sound and State.
You can't bring no more than 5.
Bet.
That's
You gotta
know we in
sign
Los
it.
Angeles,
Yeah,
right?
5 people, whatever restaurant saying for me. It's a bet. I can bring
Big
5.
ballin'.
Going down.
Boys.
Am I in your 5 though? Cause like
Nah, you gotta pick a track. Hey, Archer, right now, pick a side. You either on Shady's 5 or you on James Jones 5. It's different because if you're on Shady's side, you going with the Niners win this week. If you're on, you can't. Yeah.
the way my meals is set up. Okay, bet.
You
Homies.
enjoy my 5, you know what I'm saying?
And homies.
And dates.
You've been out
I'm
the
back.
recently.
Sign this James Jones.
Hold on, we don't want to break just yet. Hold on. Hold on. Sign his joint. Sign
Hey,
his
you
joint.
got a lawyer? You
Make
got
sure you sign it next to me
Oh,
too,
I
so we
definitely
know.
will.
Sign his joint.
$100 bill.
I like it. That's how I fuck with this show. Even though there's some Niner haters on there, I mess with this show, man. But let me know if y'all mess with this type of content. But I'm out, man. I'm excited as hell.